Will the Hanjin default result into more negative things for the economy? Will we see more defaults in the future? Will it be a precursor to a recession? Check this video out. Hey guys, so before we begin this video, I'd like to invite you to Investing Insights in Japan 2019. I'll be with Randall Chongson, and we'll be there to educate Filipinos who want to learn more on how you can invest, trade, and how to make your money work hard for you while you are there in Japan. Hey guys, so this is part 2 of our video with Mr. Chongson. The first video talked, it was actually a plethora of questions, no, springing from personal finance, insurance, investing, and I'll continue that also. This is in to create awareness for our event this April 13 in Tokyo, Japan. So here's the thing, I'll lay it down like this. Randall,
hello.
What if naman you've started to invest in mutual funds, tapos 8 years na negative ka pa rin? Is that a sign that, hey, I should stop investing in mutual funds and probably just go for bonds, or probably I should go for real estate, or just park my money in money market so it's safe? Or talagang baka mali lang talaga yung timing niya for that 8-year period lang siya nagpapasok pag mataas yung market?
Una baka mali din yung mutual fund na pinasukan niya.
Okay.
To begin with. No?
Pero magkaroon the wrong mutual fund?
I mean, they're not all created equal.
Okay.
But generally speaking, at 8-year tenor term, you shouldn't be making that loss already, you know. I mean, from my experience, I don't think that's even possible. Kasi dinaanan mo, again, ikaw tipong perfect timer. You buy when it's high and you sell when it's low. Talagang magne-negative ka. But basically, if you kept your money there 8 years, you should not be making any losses. That's the end of the day. You might not want your returns. That's another question. You might not be, the returns may not be acceptable for you. That's another question. But generally speaking, these things are designed for longer terms. In an 8-year period, daming bull runs yan. You should have, even if the last year was a negative year, you should have made money. But yeah, I think I don't know, maybe baka bonds binili mo.
Okay.
Kasi pwede mangyari, Marvin eh. Binili mo yung equity na mataas, binenta mo na mababa, pero bonds,
pero you think be a sign that they still stick to it and do equity, or should they just go for another one na lang altogether?
At the end of the day, it's about time. Okay? If you're going to mutual funds equity, at 10-year term and everything longer will outperform many other investments.
Okay.
Especially if it's the right type of mutual fund. Kasi Marvin, a mutual fund can be an equity, it can be a bond, it can be money market. Siyempre kung yan money market yan, hindi naman makikita ng malaki dyan.
Ito interesting. Tatawid ako since you already mentioned that madami ka ng pinagdaanan na things about investments, no? Last week, Hanjin was a company that Hanjin was a company that defaulted. It's the largest default in history. Ngayon, since you've experienced a lot, nangyari ba ito noong 1990s? So, there were companies defaulting in the 1990s, diba?
Marami.
So is this something that we should be concerned about? Is this a precursor for even bigger and deeper things that could possibly happen?
Those things are business risks that are happening. There are other things. I mean, maybe not as big as Hanjin, but just to be clear, no, the Hanjin default is not something to be scared about, because all our banks that have exposure to that, kumbaga, they can carry that. Part ng negosyo yan, diba? Part ng negosyo yan. Because the risk management of these banks are all taken care of. It's not a concern for the business, should not be a concern for a lot of people. It will affect their profitability, but hey, those things happen.
Pero for RCBC, it's 9% of their book value. That's okay pa rin? That's still, ano?
RCBC is
they're the largest exposed.
Double.
They're the largest thing.
I mean, of course, I won't expect RCBC stocks to do well.
Okay.
But they can recover. Kasi malaki ang margin. I mean, the one thing you need to understand in Philippine banking, malaki ang margin natin compared to our neighbors. So we can carry those losses. Maybe in the case of RCBC, because they're a smaller bank, larger exposure, it's not going to be the same, let's say, with BDO. That's not the nature of the business.
Ito pa question ko. Before, nung nag-default yung mga companies, ano nangyayari? The assets are taken over, someone would buy it from them. What do you think will happen?
Depends on the situation. Sometimes the banks go into a consortium, but they go to rehabilitation.
Okay.
So ideally, you want to rehabilitate it. Kasi when you look at the assets of Hanjin, maganda eh. It's more than the losses, and in a way, it can still be recovered, no, selling it to the right companies. So there's a good business recovery plan. Wag lang mag-unahan ang problema dyan yung mga nagpautang eh. They need to cooperate with each other so that they can properly recover. Pag nagkaunahan yan, legal entanglement yan, that's gonna not be good for everybody. But I think they know that eh. An exposure that big, they need to, as a bank, they need to cooperate.
Kasi
they need to work as a consortium.
the assets are around 1.6 billion.
Malaki
Oh,
assets
malaki
eh.
assets. So, they'll probably sell it. Sabi pa nila, some Chinese people
They
wanting
might
to buy
want
it.
to sell it as a whole
Okay.
so that they can that benefit. Kasi at the end of the day, yung economic impact din yan is also something that we're concerned about eh. You know, as BSP and everybody. Kasi you want, sayang eh. I mean, another company can run this and it can still continue employment, pay taxes and so forth and so on. And banks are supposed to partner with the economic growth, no? Because it is to your advantage to make sure that it's rehabilitated kasi you can continue business.
But this is not something systemic. This is just a one-off thing or
It's not systemic. It's not systemic. I mean,
okay,
business losses is kasi ano yan eh, for me that's a non-systemic thing. Of course there's telltale signs if that's not doing well, but these things happen. I mean, when I was working at the bank, we had big defaults, no? In fact, ayaw ko kung sabihin ko but one of the accounts that I was handling in the bank, pasyo na eh. At that time today they're one of the largest property developers in the country. So, these things happen.
Alright.
May mga changes na mga nagawa. These things happen.
So, one thing that you need to know, there's nothing that people should be scared of. You should still
It is a concern, but these things happen.
Alright, so may risk din pag nag-bonds talaga sila, no?
Oo naman.
There's a big default. But
Alam mo,
kasi bonds risk
we have to
or low risk eh.
we have to understand that risk is always going to be a relative thing. Relative to what at the end of the day. So, meron yan. There have been bond defaults in the past. So, that's going to be the case. No? Pero, kaya nga you do portfolio, you do risk management. You don't just follow, as an investor, you don't just follow returns. You have to take a look at your risk profile. I think that's the emphasis that we need to teach people. Kailangan alam mo yung risk profile mo. Alam mo rin yung risk management mo. It's not just about return, it's also about risks.
Okay, that's why we also need to educate people na basta
Yes.
bonds, hindi lang siya low risk. There's always a risk attached that you can
Oo.
also lose your money.
Kahit nga sovereign bonds can be at a default. No problem with that.
Alright, so serving what are you serving?
Akamaru special.
Akamaru special.
Very noodles.
Oh. So we're eating ramen, which we will do in Japan also. This video is going nowhere right now.
But we may never forget the reasons for all of these things. This is never played.
Ramen!
Ilang araw mo na nag-ramen.
Oh my! Fourth day. Actually, fourth, yeah.
Eating ramen in preparation for our event, Investing Insights in Japan, April 13. I'll see you there. I'm with Marvin Guillermo, Rockstar.